Hello everyone, it's Nan. Hi, how are you? Don't know what time it is where you are. Here it's around, I'd say, a little past 2. But I hope your day is going well so far. And I'd like to welcome anyone that's joining me for the first time. And I'm glad that there are those that are returning. So I was looking through my Somerset Studio and I found this, it's not an article, but they had a page on some note cards. I did tear it out. I'm planning to put it in a binder that I have where I put some of the craft things that I really enjoy making and save. And I liked it a lot and I wanted to recreate those, but with the thought in mind that I could make some what I'm going to call encouragement note cards. So under here you will get a glimpse of some of the ones that I created. So this is what we're going to be doing today, and something else. They're the kind of cards that you send a loved one, a friend, a neighbor, or just about anybody to sort of lift their spirits. And you can also place them inside a junk journal, a Bible journal. And I thought they were really cute. And that's what each of them look like. I've embellished them with different things, so that's what we're going to work on today. Join me. Grab a cup of coffee. Grab a cup of tea. And let's play. There are several ways to create these. I had some leftover coffee dyed paper. And in a bit I'll show you one that I made with the coffee dyed paper. And you can make the larger one or you can make a smaller one. So I'm going to work on the larger one first. Forgive me for the fact that my space is limited, so I'm hoping that you can see what I'm doing. So I'll work on the top first and then from there go to the bottom. So I've just pulled out some paper, and what I did was I pretty much cut them down smaller so that it wouldn't have so much on my desk and I can work with ease on it. So choosing paper. This one, the other ones I did with a lot of color. So this one here specifically, I had already chosen some paper. I'm going to make this in black and white for someone special who I care about and just want to pass something on real pretty. And I was supposed to have another piece of paper here that I do not see. Okay, it is gone, but that's okay because I can always repeat the pattern. So I'm going to start with this one. And the messiest part about all this is the glue. I can lay a mat underneath, but what I was thinking was it looks so ugly at times. But you know what? I think I'm going to have to put the mat under there because there's glue involved. So I'm going to start with the first one, and you're just layering the paper one on top of the other. It's pretty easy. And you could do it in any manner that you like. So what I did was I didn't necessarily line them up over each other. I went at an angle. As I was putting them on there, I moved one this way, that way, and then you just keep building. Pretty easy. And I'm going to put this one at an angle. I'll have to cut out that on the side, but that's okay. And then, for time's sake, I'm going to try and get this done pretty quick. I do not want to make this video too long. There we go. Then you just keep cutting that excess off. And if anything pops up, you just add more glue on it, underneath, sorry. 2 of those cards I did sew around and the other one I did not. So that's optional. If you choose to, you can. And now, I don't know where I put that other paper, so now I have to just choose something here that I think will go with this. maybe a darker color, maybe this. It just doesn't fit up there. Let me see what I did with that paper. So what I'm doing to each of the strips is actually tearing it and placing them down to give it that torn look. I don't want it to look perfect. If you'd like, you can add some distress ink to each one of them so they stand out, but I was okay with them like this. And I could not find that other piece of paper, but this will work. And I'm not being necessarily liberal with the glue because I might sew some of them. I think I will. But for this video, I will not sew them. I will just leave them as is, and then later on, and maybe not, because if I add all the embellishments, all the elements that I'm going to add to it, there might not be room to sew it. So, but that's that for this. Now, I thought maybe, let me see, could I possibly add a piece of this ribbon here without covering too much? See, if it's too wide, it defeats the purpose of the colorful paper. So I think maybe just a little bit of this here. Let me see how I can do this. Maybe wrap several times around here, and when I sew it down, it will stay in place. Let me see if this will work. And see, my mat is going to be moving back and forth. And okay, let me see if I can do this without it becoming complicated. Okay, stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there, and there we go. I'm going to maybe move it this way just a tiny bit, so that string will hang down. I could make it bow if I want to, but I don't, because I'm going to place something right on top of that, which will be this flower is going to go here. Just black and white does look good. Not so bad. I think it looks cute. I'm okay with it. If you want it to be a color flower, you can, but this was just going to be black and white on the top, at least. Because everything else that I have is very colorful. So I think that's cute. I might want to move it over just a tiny bit, because when I put it in where I'm going to put it in, it may bend the flower in a different direction. So because I have no center here, I am going to add a gem dot in the middle. I think so far that looks cute. Now, what I want to do is add something down here. So I do have a bunch of stickers here, but since I've already used flower on the top, I think I may just go with a butterfly on the bottom. And I do have a black and white one, which I will put on this side right here. There we go. And since these are notes of encouragement, I did find a little scripture text that I want to add there. You can put it on the back, you can put it in the front, you can put it just about anywhere you want to. But I like the fact that it can go right there on the bottom, in the front, and as soon as they see it, or whoever gets it, I think she knows who she is when she sees the video. She'll know who she is. And then just add it right there, and look at that. I think that's cute. And then since it is a note card of encouragement, I will take my pen and I will write a little note on there. I can still sew it if I want in this direction. It will still work. And as a matter of fact, I think I will And I will be back in a second. I did stitch around it, so as you can see, it just adds to its beauty. So I did not only make them out of a card, and by the way, these cards, I'm repurposing what I have. This cardstock is actually what came inside the stickers. I do not throw them out. I do repurpose them in many a fashion. So I decided if I could do them with a card, I could probably downsize and do one of these with the papers themselves. Create one with some coffee dyed paper. Same process. Added a little sentiment on the back, added some washi this time on the top and a little flower. But I'm going to go ahead and try one of those. And so you can create them a lot smaller if you want to, a lot bigger. It depends. It's what you want to make. And while I'm choosing this paper, I got a call today from a friend who is actually going through a procedure. And besides the phone call and letting her know that I'm there for her no matter what, I think that something like this just adds something. This is like something concrete in their hands. They can look at it and be reminded of someone's kindness and thoughtfulness. So that's why I thought these would be great to pass around as cards of encouragement. You can make these in bulk, and I mean, give them at a conference, at your church. Maybe you could want to make some for yourself. And this one I'm just going to have to see. It's like an improv. Sometimes things don't go exactly how you want it, and you just work with it. But these will never get old. It's something that you can make all the time, anytime. Let me see what other color I want to choose here. Maybe this one, a little bit of green in there. Sure, why not? Save those scraps. Those scraps are worth a lot. I don't feel at liberty to say what procedure she's getting done, but if you're watching, know that I love you and I'm with you. Wish I was closer. She's in a totally different state. But I was there not so long ago and got a chance to see her. So I can send one to my mother-in-law, who I care about very deeply. And she's up there in age, so she's also going through her own little, let me not say little, but going through her own issues. So I'm thinking of sending her one too. Those days where we sent, I don't know if you're the type that likes to write letters, but somehow that process, you don't see it that much anymore. You don't. There's not that much, well, with technology now, you don't see that much writing anymore. But I still love doing that. Sending cards and writing letters. So I've made it a point this year. I did not make any resolutions, but I thought I'm going to make it a point this year to send some cards and send a few of these little encouragement note cards that I think I'm about liking it a lot. Making these, I mean. Okay, my last piece of paper can be dark, can be light, can be any color. Your papers don't have to match. Just go with what you feel and what you like. So I'm going to put this one here. They're quick to make. It's not complicated. There's no science to it. Just have fun doing it. It's a gift of the heart. It's a gift of the heart. This one went down a little too far. There we go. And I would rather get something handmade, really not, you know, something handmade, than something store-bought. That's just me. Okay. Pops up, add a little more glue. There's that one. Now figure out how to add the rest of the elements. I have so much ribbon, and my desire is to wrap a ribbon around everything, but let me see. How about a little bit of this? I did this on one of them. Maybe a little bit of cheesecloth, but then I feel like it's empty here. So I think I'm going to go with some ribbon and maybe use the pink. Or maybe some of this up on the top. No, that's too thick. Maybe this up on the top. No, it's going to cover the paper. I think I'm just going to go with the pink. This one I will wrap here. Let's see how that works. And then, but I do want this section to touch, because that's where I will put probably another flower. I'm just trying it out first to see how it's going to look. This one's a lot thinner than the other one. Bring it down and make it sort of like at an angle. Is that covering too much? But it looks nice. I like this ribbon. So I'm going to go with that. Let's see. I'm going to start here. And this glue will hold it. We'll hold it down. And again, I'll give it a stitch. And it will stick. So it may cover some of the paper just a tiny bit there. But I'm okay with that. And then come this way. Up here. And then up again. Nope, let me see how I'm going to do this. Okay, there. Well, it can touch on the other side, so I don't have to put the flower here. It can be, I'm always putting everything on my left, and I'm right-handed. Does that happen to you? Nope, I sort of don't like it. What if I come down this way and make it an X? Let's see. I could do that and put a flower in the middle. That would make it look pretty. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to add a flower in the middle and maybe let that hang there. It's just being creative, trying different things. There's no, I mean, for some people there might be, but there's no, I don't think there's a set way that everything has to be. Let's see here, that's coming off, but that'll stay down. Just holding it down just a little bit, and then I'll put some of this under and then choose a flower to put on top. Okay, I'm not going to put any glue in the bottom because once I glue this on there, that's going to adhere a lot better. So do I use this here in the middle? That is cute. I like that. I think I have to go with that one. So let me cut a piece of this off. And I put some glue on the paper and on the outside of the ribbon. And then put some of this in the middle. That's how I can do this without it covering everything. That's cute. You can still see the ribbon there. And then I will take that flower, and I think I'm going to add a little bit more glue in the back just to make sure that it stays down. And add the flower down. So what do you think? Now I just have to find what I'm going to put on the bottom of it. So you can make them larger, like I said, and smaller. And it doesn't have to have a text on it. You can add maybe that person encourages you and you want to say thank you to the person for something they've done for you. So I have a flower there. Now I guess I'm going to add some more butterflies. It doesn't have to be stickers. You can hand stitch around it. Maybe a few butterflies. Oops, I just tore one. That's okay. I don't have any pink, do I? Let's see here. I think I do. Let's see one peeking through. There we go. I'm going to put this one down. And there's a small one here too. So I can add that one there too. Let's see. Yes. You can put all your embellishments on the bottom and go light on the top if you want to. It's up to you. And if you don't sew it, that's fine. You can take your glue and just go underneath the ribbon and add a little bit of glue and it will adhere. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do on that one. And what I wanted to show you was this one here. I did add some stuff on the back. I can leave it blank or add some stuff on the back if I choose to. I really like the way that looked. So that's 2 small ones. I have this big one. I have this one. I have this one. And this one. So what I wanted to show you was what I made for each of those cards. That makes them extra special. And it's up to you if you want to do this also. I made a little envelope for each encouragement card that I made. Same process, I added paper. The doily, I suggest you add plenty of glue so that it stays down. And what I thought after I put the doily on was if you want, you can use a matte finish and maybe put very light coat on top of it if the doily starts to unglue. Can add a texture if you want to or not. That's up to you. So that's where my little card will go, and the envelope fit perfect. That's one. And then where are my other envelopes? Okay, here we go. There's this one. There is this one, which I thought was really cute. So for those 2, I am going to put this one in here. Fit perfectly. Then I'm going to add this one in here. And of course I will write something on each of them. And for this one here, the envelopes do not have to match. I already started this one, but I'm going to go ahead and finish it so that I can add this one in there. So we'll be working on this envelope. See how I can embellish it. I've chosen my pieces that I want to use on this envelope. And I already added 2 pieces of doily on here. I wanted to save you from seeing me trying to get them on, which is not easy. And I have this, which I will be gluing here. Let me go ahead and do that. And what I did was I just coffee dyed an index card. And be liberal with the glue because this is going through the mail. So this just, that way you're sure that it stays on. It's a coffee dyed index card that I just cut the edges to make it look a little more antique or more aged. And then I will do the same thing with this one. I will just clip the edges It'll actually look like a small ticket once you're done. It looks like a little ticket. Then I will just tear a little bit there and tear a little bit here. And use my Distress ink around the edges to give it that finished look, and maybe add a little more on the top to make it darker. And that will go on the opposite corner. You don't have to do your envelope this way. You can actually use some type of a label that you've created yourself. It's up to you. But I just wanted to go the extra distance in creating the envelopes also. So there we go with that. I took off the sticky part on the back because as this is mailed, and this is going to go through several hands, and it'll go through who knows where. It could tear the actual sunflower from being raised on the envelope. Extra glue. She likes the color black, and I chose the sunflowers because I'm particular to the sunflowers. She'll get it. And as you can see, this does not match and it does not match with the card that I created. It doesn't have to. It does not have to. Just have, if you have no decorative paper, you can use a newspaper to decorate on an envelope. Tear that newspaper in little angles. You could create your own little flowers. If you don't have these sticker cardboard pieces, you can use a piece of a cereal box and decorate that. It'll still work. It will still work. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this verse in the front. If I can manage to get it off of here. Let's see. I seem to always have issues with this. And I'm going to lay that right on top of the doily. Look at that. And with very little, you can make your ephemera look really, really nice. And here we go. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I was trying to save you from. Now watching me get messy, putting all these little pieces down. That's why if you have that matte medium, just go over it lightly. I did not. But I am going to also add a little bit of this Distress ink around the edges of the envelope. I wonder what they're going to think, or what do they think when they see envelopes like this in the mail, hand decorated like this. I have no idea. I mean, I know I'm not the only one working with this, so. And I could have taken the little square out of there, but I'm just going to leave it there and hope. I will know if it got there safely. Do I need to add anything else? No. But do I want to? I can add maybe a little bird, a little hummingbird. Why not? Why not? I'm going to perk somebody's heart up just a little bit. Give them a little bit of encouragement. And more than anything, I always feel that when I'm doing stuff like this, it lifts my spirits up too. That's the beauty of it. So I can make more of these for hours. But let's take a look at the final products. Okay, here they are. I'm going to go from the back to the front. So for this envelope, I have this encouragement card. For this envelope, I have this one. And for this envelope, for this envelope. I actually have the card, but I've also made a bookmark with some of that same cardboard and the same process. I tore the paper up and layered it and added some little gem dots and some ribbon. She can add that in any book that she likes to. And for this one, I have this little one. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy making yourself some of these cards. And they could be for any reason. A thank you and I love you. An encouragement to lift somebody's spirits. You choose. Just have fun making them. Alrighty, have a good one. See you next time. God bless you.